The gift God gave you can often be a blessing or a curse, depending on how you handle it. If you don't know how to handle a specific God-given gift, it can turn into a curse because you're not mature enough to walk in that gift, to walk in that calling. For instance, growing up, I struggled with my mouth, my attitude, because I was picked on a lot growing up in Dallas. It was always, why she walk like that? Why she talk like that? She's not black enough. She's not Oreo enough. Blah, blah, blah. So as I got older, I became very defensive. I was always on the defense. I was always trying to, have my own back because they was always like, they were always coming against me in numbers. So I say all that to say, my mom would be like, Zakira, your mouth is going to get you in trouble. It would get me in trouble multiple times. I get in trouble for saying the wrong thing or for blah, 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 whatever. And I can think of most recently getting kicked out of the Army. I feel like there was some other stuff involved in that. I don't feel like our generation is very big on mentorship or leading. I feel like it's a lot of jealousy, a lot of, what's that word called? Competition, a lot of, because I want to be an officer and all that. But I noticed that one thing I do is when I pick up on conflict, or if I can tell, like, specifically if females don't like me, or if I can tell somebody's like, no, I can just pick up on their spirit, I tend to go off on them because I can pick up on, like, something ain't too kosher about you, and I tend to go off. And that tends to get me in trouble. And that's what happened, like, at least twice in the Army. One time with the sergeant, once or twice with her. The other time with the first sergeant, he was cussing at me. I was like, hey, I'm saved, please don't cuss at me, and then another time he cursed at me and I just went off. And so I can recall getting in trouble, getting kicked out of the Army, for instance, because of my mouth. And this is something that, even though it gets me in trouble quite often, it's something that still can bring in lots of money, something that can witness to nations for God's glory. So it can be a blessing if I use it right. But if I use it wrong, of course things are going to happen. I say all that to say we have to be seasoned. We have to mature. I can recall right after the Army losing a job, because I think I got a job like the next week I got kicked out of the Army. I got another job. I got into an argument with somebody because he called me out my name. I went off on him and they fired me like 4 days later. So it's like a cycle. I see a cycle in my life. So I said to myself, I can't allow people to keep taking from me. I have to learn how to respond the correct way to conflict, to situations, and to people when they come at me the wrong way or when it's uncomfortable for me. So I say all that to say, you guys have to do the same thing. We have to learn how to brittle that thing that God has given us so that it can be a blessing and not a curse to others, so that we can let our light shine and not misrepresent Christ because of our attitude, because what have we been through. You have to learn how to properly operate and properly be seasoned and mature in the gifts that God has given you. Because if not, guess what? People are not going to be like, oh, that's a child of God. They're just going to see you. They're not going to see Jesus. But if you just let them do what they do, say what they do, and just be quiet, just be like, God bless you, they're going to be like, something different about her, something different about them. And this older black lady told me that. She was like, from now on, when people curse at you, I don't care who they are. She was like, just say God bless you. I said, you know what? I'm going to keep that. And that's going to save me from being in a lot of trouble. And then as a woman of God, a lot of times I watch preacher wives, and they are so sweet and they are so mature. You don't know how they started out, but life has taught them, it has seasoned them to be patient with people, to show the love of Christ to people, to be a woman of God, to be a woman of grace, to be a woman of character, so that they're there for the youth, so that they're there for the young women, so that they can teach them how to be young wives or be abstinence or be this and that. And you can't do that until you get in a place of humility with God. So that same blessing that God is giving you, if you don't surrender to Him and ask Him to show you how to use it the right way and to be mature and seasoned in it, it can be a curse. So while I'm working on myself, I encourage y'all to do the same thing, so that that gift that God has given us will be used for men, so that they can glorify God in heaven, and so that we can be the light He's called us to be. God bless. Love y'all. Look how pretty it is. I'm out here in Maine. It's not Maine. I think it's called Newbury, Massachusetts. It's really pretty though. I like this little part right here. But I have to tell y'all something. Your girl does not belong here. I miss the South. When I say there are no chocolate people, there ain't no fine black men, there ain't no beautiful black sisters around here like Zero. And I love everybody, but I need to see some of my own people. So your girl gonna take a little chocolate self back to the South. But I'm here for a hot skip in a minute. So I'm here. I thought I'd spread some love. God bless you all, my brothers and sisters of all different colors. But your girl belongs in the South. I'm a Southern Belle, and I miss seeing chocolate people, baby. All right, God bless y'all. Bye-bye.